In this week's video, do you ever find yourself distracted and going off down a rabbit hole of something that you found really interesting, but you know that there's a bunch of other stuff and it's taking you away from a bunch of other stuff that you should be doing? Well, here's an idea that might help with that. Hi, I'm Campbell Such. This is Mind Bite Thursday, your weekly dose of the human edge in technology. Have you ever been distracted? Yeah, no, of course not. Well, we all have, right? The challenge is, how do you manage that so that you can stay on track with the tasks that you're working on and deal with those things that occasionally distract you, that've got great value that you really want to look into? Well, you can make a note and go back to it later, but that tends not to happen. What tends to happen is we find ourselves 5 or 10 minutes into something and realizing that we've got off track from whatever else we should be doing. So here's the thought. When you notice that happening, set yourself a timer for 20 to 25 minutes and give yourself permission to go down that path, but as soon as the timer goes off, stop and go back to whatever you were doing. Gives you a time-bound permission to investigate that thing, which presumably has some value or some real interest for you, and then doesn't let you go off track for hours on end and brings you back to whatever it was that you really needed to get done for whatever it was that you had on your list of things to do for the day. So an idea to consider, something to ponder. If you find yourself being distracted, set a timer, 20-25 minutes. If you use the Pomodoro technique, use the Pomodoro timer, 25 minutes. Then take a quick break and then get back into whatever it was that you really need to be getting on with. An idea to consider? Hopefully something of value. If you'd like more like this, there's a couple of things you can do. First of all, subscribe to the Integration Catalyst YouTube channel. There's a whole library of videos like this up there, categorized into all sorts of playlists around human skills and how you can better grow your career at a higher rate. Definitely worth subscribing and picking up all the new ones that come through and looking back through the old catalogue. And the second one is, I have a bonus gift, a special report called How to Communicate with Power and Influence. It's a complimentary copy, free for you, 16 pages that will help you wherever you are in your journey, whether you're just starting out on your career or whether you've moved on and you're really getting some success that could really help take your communication to the next level, and feel free to share that with anyone else that you think might get some value for it. So that's Campbell Such, Mind Bite Thursday for this week. Over and out. See ya.